1978 1 cent Canada. Today, we're pulling out a coin that's probably been in your pocket, your couch cushions, or your old change jar more times than you can count. We're talking about the humble, often overlooked, 1978 Canadian 1 cent coin. Now, you might be thinking, a 1978 penny? It's just a penny, right? What could possibly be interesting or valuable about that? And for most of them, you'd be right. Billions of these little copper coins were minted. But as always in the world of coins, there's always a little more to the story. And today, we're going to uncover if your 1978 Canadian penny could be worth more than its face value. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1978 Canadian 1 cent coin features the iconic maple leaf twig on the reverse, a design that dates back to 1937 and was created by G.E. Kruger Gray. On the obverse, you'll find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth. These pennies weigh in at 3.24 grams and have a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. What's interesting about the 1978 penny's composition is that it was 98% copper, with a small percentage of tin and zinc. This was part of a transition in Canadian penny metallurgy. Later years would see changes to zinc and steel compositions as copper prices rose. The Canadian penny has a rich history, with various designs and compositions over the decades. But for our 1978 focus, let's get into what really makes a difference in its value, condition and varieties. While most 1978 pennies are worth, well, a cent, or perhaps a few cents for uncirculated examples, there's one specific variety that collectors get excited about, the 1978 high 8 variety. What are we talking about here? It's a subtle but distinct difference in the positioning of the 8 in the date 1978. On most pennies, the 8 sits a bit lower, almost touching the rim or slightly above it. This is considered the normal or low 8 variety, but then, you have the high 8 variety, where the numeral 8 in the date is noticeably higher, closer to the center of the coin, and clearly separated from the rim. This isn't a dramatic error like a double die or an off-center strike, but rather a die variety. It means that the master die used to strike these coins had this slight difference in the placement of the 8. These types of subtle variations are what make coin collecting so intriguing. So, how much is this high 8 variety actually worth? Like all coins, it depends heavily on the condition, also known as its grade. A circulated 1978 high 8 might still only fetch a small premium over face value. We're talking maybe a few dollars. However, if you find a 1978 high 8 in mint state, MS condition, meaning it shows absolutely no signs of wear and tear from circulation, that's where the value can jump significantly. We've seen uncirculated high 8 examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like ICCS or NGC, sell for tens of dollars, and even up to $75 to $125 or more for top-tier specimens. This makes it a fantastic coin to look for when you're going through your spare change or doing a little coin roll hunting. It's a relatively common year, with over 911 million pennies minted, which means there's a good chance some of these high 8 varieties are still out there waiting to be discovered. So, how do you go about finding one? It's all about patience and a keen eye. Get yourself a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look at the date carefully, specifically that 8. Compare it to images of both the low 8 and high 8 varieties. There are plenty of online resources and coin forums that provide excellent visual comparisons. Don't expect to get rich overnight, but the thrill of finding a minor variety like this in circulation is incredibly rewarding. It's like a mini treasure hunt right in your own value, circulated, minimal premium. Uncirculated, especially professionally graded, potentially $50-$125 plus. So, the next time you encounter a 1978 Canadian penny, don't just dismiss it as loose change. Take a moment, examine it closely, and you might just uncover a hidden gem. What other Canadian pennies or coins should we explore? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting adventures, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!